Hi guys, Frankie V here. I'm finally got my microphone back. Lesson learned: don't lend your computer equipment to family members. I'm gonna start doing commentaries with some of the video blogs that I've been posting, and as well as maybe supply a little bit of a blurb on our site as into the blog section to point people into the right direction and so forth. Um, I'm actually kind of thinking about changing the concept from just running around showing some videos and then writing a blurb about it to kind of showing the ongoing development on the fly, so to speak. Urban Terror, HD, and Power Tools kind of idea. So, if you haven't picked up on it by now, we as a team have decided to be a little bit more transparent, a little bit more forthcoming as to uh, the development of the Urban Terror HD title being released on Steam, as there's, well, nothing really to be too overly secretively about. It's not that a case that we were being secretive about the ATEC 3 Urban Terror 4.2 build. It's just that no one was really interested in talking about it. I mean, most times it was more frustration in working on it than there was anything to get excited about and to put out there as being entertainment, so to speak. You know, most times it was like, how do I avoid doing this if I can? You know, uh, it was both motivational and demotivational at the same time. So you work you work on trying to fix up something that takes you weeks to just to do something simple, and then you find that you're actually taking two steps backwards. So it's not like, oh, okay, we got this far, but in the process we lost this. And let's be honest here. We messed up on a few things. Poor jumpers got pooched on the stamina, and us breaking every jump map out there is not necessarily a good thing, and not not something you really want to talk about after the fact. Particularly as an individual of the team. So we'll certainly be becoming a little bit more forthcoming as to some of the design ideas, because it's a lot more progressive now. It's not like you're having to wait for somebody to kind of catch up, or wait for somebody to complete some critical component of your design. I have, as the animator, I have my needs as to how things need to move in a particular way, and it's always been kind of frustrating to always bang your head against code that doesn't do the things that it needs to do, and you got to kind of constantly work around it all the time. It's like you have to trade off. You can have one thing, but you can't have the other. When, technology-wise, in this day and age, you can have both. So that was part of the frustration factor. It wasn't really motivational to talk about what would, in essence, turn into just a rant. So certainly becoming a little bit more forthcoming as to what's going to be coming out. Now, just kind of spinning around this map here. Obviously, some of you are going to recognize this as a remake of a very popular map for Urban Terror, Urban Terror 4.2, called Turnpike. Now, Turnpike happens to be one of the maps that we don't have, let's say, stewardship over, or ownership. So we can't just go to the source and pull out what we need to build this back up again. So in essence, this is a from scratch design using the layout. So Skaz was so kind to do this. The plan was for this to be a release as part of the FS Tech 1 / Urban Terror HD design, and that it was up and running, fully functional and playable. So we basically, since we've had a lot of the core base source materials for it, we were able to quickly at least get everything kind of tubbed in, so to speak. So what you're seeing is not very pretty. these are the kind of videos that or commentary you're going to be seeing a lot of, hopefully in the future, as to those who have just a general liking for behind the scenes kind of stuff. That's something that I'm certainly interested in. Like, I'll go see a movie. I'll buy the Avatar DVD not to watch the movie again. I'll buy the Avatar DVD to see the extra behind the scenes DVD information that they put onto it. So that's the kind of stuff that I'm interested in, and hopefully that's the kind of stuff that will be coming more and more available as time goes by. There's going to be a lot of time between now and the time we actually release the game. So as to who we are, there's there's no need to be really secretive about it because, well, Frozen Sand is kind of a prehistoric dinosaur rolled back to 1999, 2001, where mod teams and individual for the fun enjoyment of it type of production teams were plentiful. You could go out there, and if you wanted to join a modification team working on, say, id Tech 3 or the Unreal Engine at the time, there were plenty of those types of groups available, and unfortunately they're not as plentiful as they used to be. So that's the kind of thing we offer. A little bit of old school nostalgia, so to speak. But the side benefit to that, of course, is you do learn a lot about game design within a group of individuals, particularly in a group that there's a fair number of developers that have come through the door that are experienced working as working professionals in the game industry, have come and gone. There have been plenty of individuals who've been part of our team who have used the Urban Terror community based type project to gain employment within the industry. Street credit is pure gold. I mean, you're not getting paid for working on this, but what you're getting paid with is with experience. Now, a lot of game companies, they probably still do pay a lot more attention to the individual coming in and applying for a game who has a lot of different releases, games that have actually been released, not stuff that's just been oh yeah, this has been tinkered. I tinkered on this and I played on that, and I helped out here. To actually have onto your resume a credit of release is gold. It's street credit. So I'm assuming that that's still the case. Like 99% of all the people that were hired in game industries in the past have come from the modding community, simply because that was the only school that was available at the time. There was no Harvard of game design or development or whatever, or all this kind of stuff. It was only, basically what that is the educational system, once again, selling you a product that they think that you need. You need a bachelor's degree in game design. I mean, you can't teach creativity. So these are the kind of things that used to be available as part of the old mod teams, where you could go in and you can learn what you need to learn. I take care of the animations, but I do a lot of other stuff too as well. I am not less limited to making things move. I'm also managing some of the map designs, changeovers, looking after the as part of the asset management side of things, looking for new technologies and better ways of doing things that makes it easier for the members of our team to be able to do the things that they need to do. So that's the kind of things that we all kind of get together. We all throw in potluck, so to speak, as to some of the skills that some of us have. And from that side of things, it's kind of interesting that that the player who gets to play the game, it's actually the least, it's the least amount of work that is really involved of being able to produce a releasable title. Technically speaking, there are guys in the back working in the background who are much more valuable as to our ability to release game titles on an ongoing basis. You know, we have individuals with technical skills just to keep the website up and keeping the data flowing, so to speak. And I mean, when we're finished something as far as content goes, then it goes into their hands. So there are probably a lot more important to these types of individuals to the overall releasability of the game title than it is for us to put in some stuff into the game. So anyways, me just rambling on kind of thing. If you want to get a little bit more focused on certain areas of this, by all means, go to our website, make comments, and I'll try to add them to the sessions or whatever maybe to follow. But just to get something started and out the door, I think this is a good start. Hopefully we can make things a little bit more interesting as we progress towards the big release date, so to speak. And if you want to see something a little bit more, have questions of how things are, particularly how Part A is plugged into Part B that produces our game on an ongoing basis, I'll be more happy to be a little bit more, shall we say, forward rather than using it just for another occasion to have a good rant.